Hey everybody, how are you? It's Julie Matias. I am here to go over a few things with you guys. So in our group, if you notice, we have a Road to Wellness Challenge group. There's a couple different things that are going to happen today. And I wanted to come to you and show you how you guys can, first of all, create a new Facebook group and maybe start your own challenge group. In addition, how you can schedule posts and use the challenge group guides that are already available via Beachbody that you can copy and paste information to, okay? So first things first, obviously I'm on Facebook, I'm on our team page, and in order to create a group, there's a couple different things you guys can do. You can come over to this little arrow once you guys have signed in, you can go to manage groups, and you can do it that way. Or you can come over here. Let me do it. Hold on. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Oh, it's going to make me go to home. Hold on. Yes, leave this page. Make sure you're on the home page, your home regular thing. And over here, you see where it says groups. You can click on groups, and you can just click create group. Now name your group. We're going to just do Team Impact Test Group. How's that? If I can spell, that would be great. So you need to add some people to the group. I'm going to go ahead and add Rob because we're just going to take him out for now. Okay. Now, if you notice, you can select different privacy things. We're going to keep it private. Okay. Because in our groups, we want, our coaches to be involved, but also you want challengers involved. You don't want random people adding random people and that type of thing. So you always want to kind of keep things private. And what I usually do with any new group, if you notice down here, it says pin to shortcuts. I think you're allowed 10 or 14 shortcuts. And I'll show you. And those are over here. So you can click pin to shortcuts. And you can hit create, and I'll show you just a second where that shows up. It just makes it easier so you can visually see it and know that you have to go to it daily, especially if it's a new group. So this right here, notice it says shortcuts. These are all my current groups going right now. Right now we're in the Team Impact. Notice there's the information, and now you can upload a photo. Just choose a photo from your photo gallery. You can Google Photos. You can go to Canva, C-A-N-V-A, create an account, and do some free stuff that way. That's how I do a lot of my covers. I'm just going to randomly put this one in because I know that that one will. So here's the Team Impact one, and you sometimes have to adjust it, okay? So you're just going to pick a picture relevant to what you're doing. Now, if you're doing, say, for example, 10 rounds, our newest program that's out, all I did for our 10 rounds group is I went online and Googled 10 rounds, found the picture, and Beachbody also has everything. So you can go to the back online office and find logos and find pictures, but sometimes I just go and do that, and then I reformat and put things in, or like I said, I make my own in canva.com. So then I hit save. Okay, so your group is pretty much ready to go. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the good thing about this is it kind of walks you through what you need to do. Over here, you can create a topic. Over here is where you start inviting people. Now, hopefully you've invited people to your group. So this is the point where you can add people. So if I wanted to add somebody like Joe Smith, I would put his name in there, Joe Smith. You can also, up here, this is the Facebook ID. Okay. So what I do when I start a new group is I send out a welcome email. And that is, so in that welcome email, I have the Facebook ID, which is right there, which is what I've just highlighted. I copy and I paste it in the email, and I say, welcome. If you have not received the invite, please go to this link, put yourself in the group, and just know that you have to approve them when that happens, okay? So it's just two ways. That way you don't miss people. Like I know if I try to invite people, if they don't see the invite because they don't get the notification, they got the email with that link saying, hey, here's the link, go ahead and do that. So that's just another route to take. I always like to make sure that in my welcome email, I put that in all of them. There are welcome emails in my free groups. You guys can check that out in units in our Road to Wellness page. Okay, so that being said, there's a lot of different things happening here. So you can go to the About. And here's where you can put in, you can add a description. I'm not going to do that right now for time's sake. You guys can add a description. What is your group about? This is our 10 rounds group. We're going to punch out the calories. We're going to burn some fat. blah, 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 blah. But whatever you guys want to write is fine. But it's, you know, you kind of want to inspire as to what that group is about. Okay. Discussion is where you can start adding posts. But first I want you guys to go over to more. And you can go to edit group settings. Okay. So this is where you can change the name if you need to. I always keep things pretty much general for the group type. But if you notice, if you click general, you can change it if you want to, but I'm not going to do anything with that. But see this little group picture, you can change this as well. If you click on, oh wait, it's not letting me do that. Why isn't it letting me do that? You used to be able to change the little picture on it. Okay, never mind. Maybe it won't let me do that. I'm sorry. Anyway, used to. You can put the description in there. You can add location. You can choose a color. If you want a different color, maybe you want pink, blue, purple, whatever you want, you can hit apply, and that's the color of the group. You can customize the address. So if you don't want this address up here, so say you want to customize it, you can just say test group. Again, I just can't spell today. Team Impact. Okay. And all of a sudden you now have a customizable address. I don't know where it went. Sorry. Okay. So you can change that. You just want to go through each one of these things and just really figure out what you want and what you don't want. Now, for most of my groups, I do add in social learning units. Those of you who have been in our team group, in our Coach Basics or the new Emerald to Diamond group, everything is in units. I do this for my groups, my free groups, as well as my regular groups as well. So if you're in Road to Wellness, they're in there. I'm going to update more of that today. But the reason I do that, and I'm going to add it, is because you can add stuff to units, and unlike discussion, things get lost in the shuffle, just like your Facebook feed. So if you're putting things in discussion, some people may not see those things, but if you put things in units, they can go back at any time, and it's always going to be in the same order, in the same like section that you want it in, and then go, oh, that's right. You know, maybe I should look into Ultimate Portion Fix for Nutrition. I put that type of information in there. I'm going to show you in just a minute some of the stuff I put in. So anyway, I changed it to social learning, and that's how you get the units. Now you notice over here, things have changed. You've got about, discussion, members, and you only had events, photos, and a couple other things. Well, now you have the unit section. We're going to get to that in just a second. So you can kind of come down here, and again, membership requests. Do you want pages to be able to come into this? Do you have setup requirements? You can have questions set up in these. So if somebody just answered the questions and you're okay with that, they answer the questions and they can automatically be in the group. Facebook will automatically put them in. I don't do that for these groups because, first of all, again, I want to be able to talk to these people. I want to make sure they are, before they come into the group. If it's a free group, okay, did I invite them? Are they ready to go? What do I, you know, you always want to collect their email beforehand so you can send them a welcome email, follow up with them afterwards, and so on and so forth. Now, also, if it's a challenge group, you want to make sure it's a customer that has purchased a challenge pack or has purchased on demand. You don't want just anyone in your group and that you can't follow up with, if that makes sense. Post approval, you guys can change all this as well. Sorry for the pop-ups, guys. I can't stop that. So you guys can go through all of this. You can check it out, keywords if you want, and then you just hit save. Yeah, okay, so it saved it. All right, so if I click on discussion again, this is where you guys can start posting. Just like you post in Road to Wellness, you can add pictures, you can add whatever, and you're going to notice down here, let's see, I'm going to just put test group day 1. I'm going to add some fun things. I mean, why not, right? Okay, so you can also add a photo. I have tons of different photos, but I also get a lot of things from the Beachbody office. I'm going to just post this in real quick, just like a regular post. Okay, so I'm starting this group. Maybe my group starts tomorrow, whatever the case may be. You guys have to figure that out. If you guys want a one-on-one for any of this, let me or your upline sponsoring coach know, and we'd be happy to do a Zoom call with you, just like this, and we'll just go through it with you, the setup. So then down here, you're going to notice, all right, I did the post. and I want it to go tomorrow at 5 a.m. This little clock down here, this is how you guys schedule posts. So if you're in Road to Wellness, if you're one of the coaches that signed on to take a week, for example, for our posting in our coach group, because Road to Wellness, for those of you who don't know, is actually a group that all of us on the team are running. So you're going to see posts from myself, from Kim Barnett, from Michelle Hartnett, everybody, all the other coaches are going to start posting in it, okay? So you click the little timer down here, the little clock, you select the date, you select the time you want it to go, and make sure to select AM, PM, okay? So we're going to say, let's see, 3:46. Let's do two. Well, let me schedule it. All right, so half an hour. All right, that's fine. So we're going to do, I'll put 3 then. So 3:46 p.m., that's when I want it to go out for people to see. So then I just click schedule, and that's it. So you select the content you want in there, and I'm going to show you in just a minute where the content is. You can copy it, you paste it into this, and then you select the little clock in order to schedule it. That's how simple it is. Now, to check the different things that you have scheduled, you can come over to this moderate group, and then over here you see schedule posts, and there's the post I just did. I know that it's going to go today at 3:46. It's going to go ahead and post. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this so it doesn't actually happen, which you can edit the post, you can delete it. If you made the mistake, which I've done, oh man, I wanted it tomorrow, not on Thursday, you can reschedule the post here, or you can change it to post right now if you wanted, okay? So you can do all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it for now. Okay. So that's how simple that part is. You set up the group, you do all of that, and scheduling posts. Now, what I usually do is I go into the online office. Here's my online office, and I'm going to go into Grow My Business, Challenge Group Tools. Okay. And I'm going to go, and here's all the fun things that Beachbody has already done. If you need some information on the challenge tracker, you want some sample challenge group invite posts, there's those. But I'm going to click on challenge group guides. And every single program has a guide, okay? So depending on what kind of group you're running, this is not free groups, this is challenge groups. I'll show you my free groups. I've already done a lot of that information where you can copy and paste those as well. I've made those guides for us. But these are actual full program guides, okay? If you are doing, like Road to Wellness is a multi-program guide, you can click on that and do that as well. But let me show you 10 rounds because this is our newest program, for example, okay? So everything you need is right here. All you have to do is you copy, select it, copy, you come over to the group and you go into the discussion part, paste, you can add a picture, which, so how you add that, let me go back real quick. I'm going to go back to the 10 rounds. He actually did a video, so you actually have to click on the link and then you can copy the link. So I'm selecting the link up here. I'm copying this because Joel did a video for you guys to put in your challenge group guides. And then I just kind of make room for it and I paste that here and it should show a preview. Okay. And then again, I'm just going to hit schedule. It's going to go tomorrow at 3:49 p.m. I'll do 5:49 a.m. let's say. Okay. I'm going to hit schedule. That's it. That's done. So you can take direct from the guides and you copy and paste it in there. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to go to moderate group. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that post. I just kind of wanted to show you where that is. Otherwise, I will forget. I'm going to delete this whole thing out anyway, so that's fine, but still. Again, I can go over here and I can reschedule. I can do whatever I need to do if need be. You can also see membership approval. If there's any questions, you can create rules like be kind and courteous, etc. Keywords, you can change all that if you just click on moderate group. That's just a side note. So anyway, back to the challenge group guides. You just, oh, I just closed out of it, didn't I? Let me get back into it. Okay, so here it is. So day 2, I've got a picture instead. So I'm going to copy and paste. Now make sure the coach tip is to help you guys run the group. This part does not need to be copied into that. However, it is easier just to copy all of it at once, copy, paste, and then go back into, before you schedule it, get the coach tip out of there, okay? Now, for the pictures, we used to be able to download all the pictures at once. I'm not sure why we can't do that anymore. We used to be able, it was really cool because it's like, oh, all of a sudden all the pictures are there. I didn't have to do this every single time, but that's fine. All you do is you right click, you save image as, and then you save it to a folder on your computer. I have a pictures folder, so for each thing I have like 10 rounds, and I dump everything in there, and it goes in order so you know what to post, okay? So that's the way you can use this guide, and you can also go to Beachbody On Demand. I use that a lot because they have such great recipes. They have great tips. So if you click on the blog part right here, you can, why meal planning works. You can look up a topic, a recipe, a tips. Maybe you want results, before and afters. You can click all that right up here, you guys. It's great information. So here's a great tip thing and a great, maybe we'll post that to Road to Wellness right now. It's a great article. So all you do is you come up here and you copy it. Now notice, I want you guys to notice at the end here, that 535976, that is my coach ID. So if you are posting in a new group, copy this, make sure you put your coach ID in, then paste it. If you are signed in to Beachbody On Demand and you're doing just like I did, it should automatically show up. So just make sure, obviously that's mine. So what I do is I come up here and I actually select the whole thing. I copy it, go into the group, go into discussion. You have to be in discussion, and I right click, I paste it, and there it is. Okay? So it's pretty simple, you guys, to do that part. Now, I mentioned the units. Yes, I want to leave the page. So units, if you guys know, let me go to our Road to Wellness. Perfect example. That's our team page. If you guys go to the unit section, you see how it's all broken down. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to do units real quick. I did, let me go into my, J. Marie's Fit Challenge was the free group I just did for the sample workouts a couple weeks ago. Many of you were in it. I did create a challenge group guide for you in the unit section that we are just in for Team Impact. You're more than welcome. Copy, paste. Just make sure, please, 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 before you make any changes, make a copy onto your hard drive and change it that way, or make a copy in your Google Drive. Don't change the one that's there, because then you're going to change everybody's. That's just how it works. Just make a copy. Also, make sure your links are in there and your name is in there, because that is all stuff based off me. So obviously my name and my links are in there. So you just have to change it. Anyway, so units. So this is what I do for my groups. It's value added information. All I do is, okay, Beachbody On Demand. All right, how do you access recipes? So it's the same thing to add stuff to units, okay? I have how to click, how to stream. I broke it down as far as each like thing, Fire Stick versus Apple TV versus Roku. This is all stuff that I'm going to create another guide for you guys so you can copy and paste it. So all I do, for example, is say I want that exact same thing. So say you're going to take right from my challenge group guide, and you're going to copy it and you're going to paste it. So I'm going to go over here to this particular guide because this just happens to be open. Okay, and let's say this is right from my guide. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy, come back over here. Now the units are set up. So if I'm in units, the first thing it's going to do, and Facebook walks you through it. So you create a unit. Let's create a unit real quick and I'll show you. See right here, you can create a unit. You can name the unit, test. Okay. Because I'm going to delete this unit in just a minute because this group is going to be active again. So it named it unit 9. Okay, so now you want to give a title, day 1, or streaming how to, meal prep, meal planning, and then you just paste into here. You can add picture. Maybe if they'll let me. Why isn't it? There it goes. You can add pictures, you can add media, YouTube videos, whatever, and then you post it. And then there it is. It's in the unit that I just created. I'm going to go back to units because it'll pull all of them up. Unit 1, I have meal planning. If I click on that, I'm going to show you a little bit of information I have in there. Oh, look, it's raining. You can make lists. I have some tips. I have meal prep and planning information in here. And a lot of the stuff you can get right off the Beachbody blog, or again, I'll try to make a group thing for you guys to use. So all I did for each one is I just kept utilizing the information, and I copied and pasted it. Now, if I wanted this one particular at the bottom, maybe, because each time you add something to a unit, it puts it on top of the last one you added. But a lot of times you want that first one at the top and the one you just added all the way at the bottom. So to maneuver those, all you do is click these 3 little buttons, and you can move to the bottom, move to the top, and that type of thing. You can edit the title here. You can remove the post from the unit. You can delete things. You can change things. All you do is click on those 3 little dots, okay? So let me just go back in here. I'm going to go down to Unit 9, which we just created, and I'm just going to click on those 3 dots, and I'm going to delete the unit altogether. Yep, see, it's gone. Okay, so that being said, again, you guys can take as much from this or as little as you want from it, and you guys can copy and paste. We have a lot of great things in our file section, and as well as our units in our Team Impact page. So if you go to our Team Impact coaching page, which is the Road to Freedom page, you go to units, which I created to make it easier. You can see I put the vital behaviors, free groups pertinent to it. So again, here's some free groups. If you guys want to do a free 5-day group, whatever, you guys can take this. And this is just, should open, there it goes. Okay, this is just a sample of what my group looked like. And then here's the little guide. Again, you just copy and paste like you just saw. You can create units if you want to with just the stuff that I have. That's just value added stuff. So maybe you want to add some. Meal prep and planning is a hard thing. I always try to add that. How to take your measurements, how to find your workout, what apps you should use, the Beachbody app, the challenge tracker app. All of those things are really awesome things to have as a value added item in your group. Whether it's free or not, people really need to see what our challenge groups are all about, okay? So if you have a value added stuff in there, it's gonna be better for them. They're gonna have great results, and it's just a whole great experience for everybody. So again, there's the units. It's simple with there, and you can change the units, add it to any of your groups. I'm gonna go back to our little test group, for example. And I'm going to go into our unit section. We didn't really see, it has social units. So create a unit. So just like we did in the other group, I'm creating it. And then you just start adding content. Now in the units, you can't schedule posts, but if you have a post that is going to be, that has posted in a group regularly, you can go to that post on the 3 dots, and I believe you can add it to a unit that is already there or create a new unit, just so you guys know that. But the unit stuff you can't schedule to post. You can only schedule to post things from the discussion part. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, you just copy and paste right here, and then keep doing that. Keep building your units. If you want it all in one unit, that's fine. I try to divide it up. So meal prep and planning, you know, Beachbody on Demand prep, how you set it up, that type of stuff, weight and measurements. I try to do that separately. So I'm going to go back to units, and I just want to show you this part right here. Now, when you have a group, you can make the units default instead of discussion. So discussion is the rolling feed. Everybody posts, you keep seeing the posts, and some things sometimes get lost. You can make the units a default landing type if you want to. That way when somebody comes to the page, it's automatically going to go to the units. They can see where they left off and they can go for it. So just so you guys know, you guys can do that as well. So I think that is everything. I hope this has helped you guys learn how to schedule posts, but also create Facebook groups, free groups, and added value. If you guys have any questions, again, I'm happy to go one-on-one with a Zoom call so we can share screens. I can teach you how to do it. If you're more comfortable with that, happy to do that as well. And we can go from there. If you guys need anything else, just let me know. And that is all for now. I hope you guys are having a great day.